Okay. All right. Hey everyone. Thanks for coming out. We are the Legends of Equestria team, or some of us. We're not obviously the entire team, but yeah, we're right now just waiting on a projector to get out here, and that should be about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. But I guess we can go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm Brick Stonewood. I'm the editor-in-chief in charge of the writing department.
I'm Blue Ink, and I'm the second command of the writers. And
I'm Tech, I'm one of the programmers.
and yeah, what we didn't tell you is that actually our graphics are so good that they're absolutely invisible. So our game is right here. You can see all the new features. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, exactly.
This goes
Yes. Oh, I guess we have a question. Hello.
Oh.
Oh, we're probably making an invisible character at one point. However, we are no longer working on that.
You're looking at it right now.
Yeah. No, he's right over here. I like his main design. It's really nice. Yeah. No, we're still working on it, of course. So yeah, we're just waiting on the screen for now.
How are you?
Apologies.
Cool.
Very good.
You enjoying the Fiesta so far?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's nice.
So
Yeah. Come on, guys. Stalling for time. What? Ah, very good. Can we give some background as to why we got involved with this game? Like us personally, individually? Okay, well, me, I was honestly just like looking for any project to attach myself to and like get some writing experience with, you know, hopefully like meet people, whatever. I happened to come across that there was a, you know, MMO like that was looking for writers, and honestly just like finding something that was actually hiring for writers actively was something I was having a lot of trouble with.
I was desperate.
Yeah, I was pretty desperate. It didn't really, you know, need to be about ponies for me personally. That's, you know, a lot of people, like, that is the main draw of most of the team, I think. Just was like, oh, this is ponies, I'm doing it. But, you know, I was, you know, I had already seen the show. I already liked the show. So, I mean, it was definitely, like, something I wanted to do. And then I just kind of, you know, clawed my way up the ladder, I guess you'd say. After that, go ahead.
No, for me, it was mostly ponies. You know, I'm sorry, I'm just a plebe.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Plebe.
No, yes. So yeah, no, I love ponies and I love writing for video games, and you know, that just was a perfect combination for me. And I saw his post one day looking for writers, and I was like, okay, you know, I'll give it a shot. And he didn't hire me, and then he did. So it was good.
I've only been a brony for a year, a little late. A couple of friends in my high school introduced me. But at that point, I'd already been programming games for my friends and for myself for various things for years. So kind of like Bloomberg, it was a little bit natural. And actually, Sarah.
He's referring to us, although we gave you different names.
I don't know these people.
Go ahead, Nathan. Keep talking.
Sorry. Anyway, so it was just kind of natural. I started looking to see if there are any coding games that needed help. So I was a programmer and I wanted to work on some games with actual people. So for myself, I just talked friends. Yeah, I guess I was kind of pretending to take this. We're both desperate.
I'm sorry, we're having two questions at once. Can we go?
Craig, go ahead.
Craig.
Do any of us have industry experience? Up here, I don't.
Not
I think so.
in video games, but we
Right.
both we do writing. Like I'm a real life editor, so I have that sort of professional experience.
Yeah, we a lot of the team members are like professional at whatever it is they do as well.
And we have a couple professional 3D modelers.
Yes, and we've got a couple professional voice actors.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What do you define as industry? Like EA Games, Blizzard, or just a job? Well, yeah, I am currently being paid to make an app. So in that sense,
Yeah, you had a question back there, person? Oh, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Are we still working on the game, or is it complete? We are spending every waking hour working on this game. We are going to make it fantastic. Yes.
Yeah, we're right.
I'm sorry? What's the rating?
It hasn't been rated by the ESRB or anything like that. It hasn't been completed yet.
It's unrated.
So
Unrated.
But we're still in a pre-alpha state right now, as it is. We're getting kind of close-ish to the end of pre-alpha finally. But it's a long process, of course, to do something like that. And, we definitely aren't ready to put a date on anything yet.
But yes, we are still working on it. And we can, just as a favor to us, please don't ask when it's coming out. Okay, because we are not at liberty to talk about it. And, we manage a team of 60-some volunteers from all around the world.
Well, in total, it's over 100 people.
It's over 100 people, so it's
we
going to happen.
would like to know when as much as you.
Yes, exactly. So there was a guy back there who had something. Yes.
Will it be more story-driven or more social?
It will frankly be both. It is extremely social as an MMO, and we have a extensive, gigantic storyline. So, frankly, both. Yes.
You guys actually get to look at it.
Yeah, you're gonna look at it. All right. I think that guy. Yeah. Is he? Do we?
Okay, that's a good question. Do we have any licensing from Hasbro? Right now in the game, we are actually not currently using any intellectual property owned by Hasbro at all. So there is a lot of talk going around about the possibility of a cease and desist order from Hasbro. As it currently stands, we're not using anything that is trademarked or copyrighted by Hasbro. In the game, there aren't any canonical characters or that sort of thing. So, if we were to receive a C&D, over thematic elements or something like that, we would do our best to comply with it, but then keep making the game after taking out anything that they found to be,
Another thing that might pop up as a question is we also purposely programmed in things to safeguard against people adding characters and things such as we block names and a few other things. We have safeguards in place on top of us just not using the resources.
We have contacted people at Hasbro in the past a few times. It's not like they're just unaware of us or anything. They know who we are. We didn't work out any deals or anything like that with them.
Yeah. Someone else had their hand over here. I think it was first. A user.
In terms of gameplay, is there going to be a combat system, and do we know how it's going?
Yes. That is a definite affirmative. We do have the beginnings of a combat system right now, and we know a lot about it.
Show them.
You can see it. It's fantastic. The invisibility spell is great. Yes, we have a combat system and it'll be amazing. I think that'll be good.
assuming we have the ability to use intellectual property at some point in the future, would it be set in the Equestria? That's kind of a difficult question. I'm not really sure on these questions.
That's something I'm sure that we'll talk about with the team. If that happens, it probably will.
Yeah, I mean, we have talked about that, like if it happened, what we do, but it's really inconclusive right now. I don't want to tell you guys.
Yeah, we cannot
yes.
say everything about that because we ourselves aren't certain. Unfortunately, I think the people here, I think you.
Okay. Okay. I've been on the team longer than I used to, right? So I mean, I can tell you at the beginning, it was kind of a train wreck in that you've got like all of these projects coming up, like we want to make a pony video game, et cetera, and all the people are kind of dispersed throughout, and you never know which one's going to go anywhere, so forth. So we just got really lucky to happen to assemble a team of just really competent people who were able to just, organize everything, get it into place it needs to be, and we've got some amazing assets from that. And the structure is still not 100% perfect, unfortunately, because we are a team of volunteers like that. There are occasionally some issues that come up. Oh man, I could give you some anecdotes, but it would take too long. As far as what the actual process is, though, I mean, it's mostly it's a lot of, for me, I guess, because I'm a team leader, it's mostly just having yelling matches with other people until he comes to a conclusion, and then about a month later, whatever conclusion he said.
What was your second question?
First off, just to touch up on what Brick said.
Go for it.
We are a group of volunteers, and I think when you see the game working, once we actually have visual tools available to us to show it, I think you'll be amazed and you'll be like, this is a volunteer project? Because I work on this every day, and I get a little bit bored, and I think it's amazing. To actually touch upon your question. Open source, no, the game will not be open source, and another question may pop up, which is, will there be add-ons for the server or client? It will not be. We will maintain the code ourselves, solely.
Yeah, now that you mention, I mean, I should probably, I was going to talk about quality control.
Yes, we have quality control. Your question has been answered by this.
That wasn't.
Anyways, I think you. A public beta? Will we have a public beta? We're pending on that. We are currently having a server test next week.
Yeah. Next week, anyone who wants to play it in its current state will have a chance to next weekend, actually, from Friday through, I believe, Sunday. Yeah.
It's during the same time as Evergreen Northwest.
Right. And of course, while you guys are all here, you will have a chance to play it in the games room. We'll be in there. We don't really have any set hours for that, but during most of the day, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, we should be in there. We should have some computers for you guys to check it out on right then. And you would be the first to see it in its current state before the open weekend next week, in which case it'll be available to everyone.
All right, and you back there had a question? Yes, you, sir.
Okay.
Do we have new ideas for content? And when we do, who is the final person who decides whether or not it goes in the game?
That's a very good question. We do still have new content coming up all the time. Like someone a lot of times will just bring up an idea to us, and we'll, just like sort of debate whether or not we think it's good. To get in there, for the most part, it's fairly streamlined as far as, I've got my team of writers that, is sort of involved with a lot of the idea stages, as well as, design, concept art, like that. And basically, whenever an idea comes up, it sort of depends on which department it's going to most affect. Because the more creative departments like that pretty much assign like who's going to decide. These guys are on design; they're going to decide the mechanics for all the systems, etc. And like that. For anything that we can't like inside of just one department like that, though, we'll usually have where all of the team leaders decides a whole. There are about 10 of us. Well, 9 now. There are 9 of us, and we take care of most of those kind of decisions. It looks like our projector is going to finally
Alright, just to let you all know, we will have questions after we're showing off the game. We can continue questions for now. For a moment, but you'll have more when you see the game. Actually, yeah. You had a question? How are servers going to be maintained? There will be no microtransactions in the game. There will be no money involved.
Right.
There will be no. We cannot accept any form of money, and we do not plan to.
Right.
And
we're tentative about donations, but we're absolutely not going to have any premium content type stuff or anything like that. You're not having to pay for the game. It's free forever for everyone.
Forever, yeah. And there's no in-game stuff to buy.
Right.
But all right, you had a question, you sir.
What has been the hardest and most boring part of this game?
Well,
okay, for
bug
me,
testing.
Yeah, bug testing. I
Bug
hate
testing.
doing that. Because we'll have this awesome quest script written out, and man, one of them that we're probably going to show in here right now is just giving me so much trouble going through finding all of the things that I did wrong with it or someone else did wrong.
Exactly. All right. We have plenty of questions. I've seen your hand up for a while. I'm sorry, I'm just in my peripherals. Go ahead. That's you, sir, with the glasses. Yes, you. No, Peterson, pink guy. Yeah. Will the pony with skills level up?
I believe that the design for leveling up skills and the pony itself leveling up, as far as I can tell, we're taking a less traditional route, but I don't think it's set in stone yet, so I don't think I can affirmatively answer that. Sorry.
There's going to be a system of leveling up in some context at least. You won't just stay the same throughout the course of the entire thing.
Yeah.
But as far as the specifics.
Oh, that's right. Okay. How about you? Take
How long will it
to
take
make
to play?
forever. I'm not joking. This is an MMO.
No, you're right. I mean,
Yeah, this is
you.
I want to add on to that because, as we said, it's appreciated if you don't ask because we don't know. We're team volunteers.
Well, no. He was asking how long it take to play.
To play?
Yeah, to play. Which,
It means with the questing.
well, yeah, I mean, as far as the quests and stuff, I mean, we do have a lot.
we have at least 200 plus quests at the moment.
And we're not nearly finished.
We're not nearly finished. All right. I'm sorry, front row glasses guy. Can you?
what are we going to do to balance the current cronies uniform?
We are currently not at liberty to discuss the balancing things right now.
Not entirely.
Not
We'll show you
entirely.
some of it up here.
All right, I'm really sorry. There were a lot of hands. Can I get you right here?
Open source means that the source code for the game or whatever the project is made public. Usually you'll find them all over the web, and tons of people contribute to them. The point of it is that not one person owns it. It's not a corporate entity. Anyone can work on it. It's a movement that's kind of recent, like the last decade, to promote intellectualism and having people spread ideas around it.
All right, and you right there? Yeah. What are the game's supported resolution? Is there any plans for HD?
Right now, the game lets you resize the resolution to whatever your monitor supports. Several of our elements resize themselves depending on your resolution. So it should fit whatever your monitor size is. As far as HD, I'm going to be playing it on my monitor, which 1920 by 1080. So I think by most standards that's HD. So yeah, it does support HD.
All right, you right there next to Spike.
You're talking about like safeguards and anti-hacking and stuff, right? We're still working on that, but definitely server-based. I mean, that's the safest. Right now, we're in the transition of getting a bunch of stuff actually working, and then we'll focus more on actually figuring out which one you should focus more on. So that's a work in progress.
All right, you right there. You, yes. Not you. You. Okay. On lower end computers, I would say so. My computer isn't fantastic and it works pretty well. I can't give you specifics, but he can.
I don't have them memorized. I don't have them memorized, but I believe what our programming lead, Sarah Britt, put a post on our forums, forums.legendsequestria.com. You can find it there. I believe he said something along the lines of if your computer is like 2 to 4 years old. I might be wrong. I think that's what he said. It should work decently.
All right, and Derek, you're right up here.
Can players import their own cutie marks? That's actually something, you know, we've talked about for the reasons of basically censorship, I guess you would say.
Not censorship, moderation.
Would not be able to moderate.
It is impossible to moderate,
sort of
and
so
I'm afraid we can't. So you'll have many to
unfortunately
choose.
not going to be able to make your own cutie marks. We do have a system that we're going to hopefully use for like customizable cutie marks that are pre-made.
Yeah, it's coming together.
But
All right. Sorry, behind Derek, you're right there. That's you. Yes, you. We are not at liberty to discuss that. And we've got a rarity up here, I think. I think a purple unicorn. Yeah, yes, you. We use Unity and we use C#. Oh, sorry. What program do we use and what language do we use? So, yeah, no, I've seen you for a while, right there. You. No, purple shirt.
Okay, very good question. What platforms will the game run on? That is part of the reason we're using Unity 3D, which is our IDE that we're programming and making the game in. One of Unity's technologies, and again, the reason we use it is because it can export to many platforms. Windows, Mac OS X, and Linux. The server? We host them on Mac and Linux currently. Yeah. Sorry.
All right, you, sir, MLP, you. About the overall playable area and the size of the area? We can show you.
Yeah, in the finished game, we can't really say how many areas we're going to have in it for sure. Unfortunately,
But you'll see plenty of areas that are
as far as the
just
scope
huge.
of things, the maps are very large. Yes, definitely.
All right, Pinkie Pie shirt, glasses. Yes, absolutely correct.
To get it, I mean, well, you know, the Pegasi are able to fly around, the unicorns can teleport, and the Earth ponies, well, they don't really have like transportation like those other two, where they can just get somewhere
Trains.
quite. They do
Lots
have
and lots
trains.
of trains. Okay, Brony hat.
Oh, is our combat system going to be turn-based?
No, combat will be real time.
All right. Oh, that.
I have not played Guild Wars, don't hit me. I have played WoW though. That's still a work in progress. Oh, the question. The question was, how is grouping and combat going to work? Are things going to be instance-based? I believe the way we're going to work it is depending on where you are, depending on the area. Yeah, you'll be instanced with your party. There will be a party system. Okay. Is that your question? Okay.
All right. I've got this guy. You. Can you speak up? Will there be huge boss battles? No, it's just going to be like only Paris, right?
Yes, there's going to be huge boss battles.
Seriously, like when I play tested the game, I like walk by just the model of something and it scared me really hard. Like, oh my god.
There's this pretty big cave in the Everfree map that I'm thinking might be kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of
relevant.
Everfree has some interesting things in it, to say the least.
Yeah, wait till you see this.
All right, you again. Hello.
Oh, fan-based areas. Right. There are a few of those that we're planning to do, like fan-based areas. I don't want to say any specifics again, because if I say any like one particular map or something, and then it doesn't end up in there, then you'll hate me. But there are absolutely plans for a few areas that were, originally like fan-made, that sort of thing. Not as many currently as like the canonical maps, that sort of thing.
Yeah. All right, green shirt back there.
Are you going to be able to get accessories for your character?
Yes.
Are we going to be able to get accessories for our characters? And then you say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spike.
Oh, PvP system.
Well, Well,
Definitely not in the open world.
no.
As far as will we have like some sort of like gladiatorial Iron Will arena, Iron Pony, something, whatever, maybe.
Yeah.
I can't say.
It's still in process of planning, but
We
it's
would like
definitely a
to.
possibility. All right, you sir?
Will we be able to play as other races like change rooms? We're going to have some like NPCs of different races in the game, other than unicorns, pegasi, or ponies, but they will not be playable. And we're not going to have any alicorns in there at all.
No, alicorns. Sorry. I'm glad we have your approval. Girl right there? Yes, you. There are, her question was, will there be skills based on our race, or will there be skills based on the class? And both. Yeah, both. There are options for both.
Crystal ponies?
Crystal ponies.
Definitely not playable.
Not playable at the moment.
I don't know if we're planning on sticking those in there, honestly.
Brownish shirt right there. You. Yes, you clutching your heart. You. Yes, you. We have no plans for that right now.
Whoa, no, we totally do. We're definitely going to add stuff periodically.
Well, after the game is done, he said.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, excuse me.
Like, it's never going to be like 100%.
That's why I'm not the leader.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, there are so many hand sandwich. The way I would describe it to someone who is not a fan of the show, I would be discussing that we are making a children's MMO like World of Warcraft that is a safe environment for children and hopefully educational, and that it is completely based, it is completely child friendly, and that it's a team of international volunteers working on this single idea of just a safe zone, a safe, MMO for children.
Which also conceptually involves economics.
Diminutive ones. That probably belong to you. I'm sorry? How many facets of the game itself are we going to show off?
Oh, but like outside the community, what are the facets of the game that we want to show to people to? Well, okay, I guess really the biggest thing for people who aren't fans of the show is just honestly the scope of it for a fan-made game. It's
Huge.
honestly like mind-blowing how much all of our teams have like put into this in the past few years, and just honestly, like, that is, I think, the biggest draw to someone who's not like involved with, is just like the crazy amount of like dedication you got to this thing. And I mean, I really honestly think that in and of itself would make it pretty interesting to people outside of this
Definitely.
community.
Definitely. There's a guy waving. You
Me?
with the blue ears? Yeah.
Yes. Will there be anything unlockable in this game?
Unlockable in what way?
Like magical spells or something like that?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, lots.
We'll have
Lots.
unlockable spells, abilities, skills, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And let's go with MOP.
What the heck?
Train-based PvP. I can honestly say we had not thought of that idea, but I love it.
I think you like trains.
If any of you have seen the Aston movies, I like trains.
Anyways, moving on. Yeah. All right. So, someone who hasn't asked a question yet. Pat. Pat, yes.
Player cities and player housing.
Player cities and player housing are not.
No.
Player cities and player housing. That idea has been tossed around. Nothing definitive one way or the other. It's not likely. It's not out of the cards. It's very unlikely. Sorry.
I got it.
I think we might be about it.
We're almost ready. The tape, okay.
Okay.
Alright, we have table difficulties. Anyways, you had a question? We have, the question is about the economy and if the apples would be like turnips from Animal Crossing. And we are working on the economy right now.
What's your economy?
I can move over to this table. I didn't want to sit with you. Anyways, all right. Will there be guilds? Yes, birds. Will there be factions in regards to the races? Not in a guild setting. However, there are. No, he was asking if you could go and be friends with, other races like changelings and griffins and stuff like that. And as friendship is magic, the answer is yes. So.
Yeah.
A moral choice system. Will there be a moral choice system? Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
To an extent. To an extent.
Moral choice, we're not going to have a binary, like, this is a good, this is bad system. We're going to have options in there, and whether or not the options are, I guess, morally right or wrong isn't really going to be considered a mechanic per se, but you can just kind of decide that for yourself, I guess. Really.
All right, we'll only have time for a couple more questions before we actually start the game. How about you? Will there be different classes or ranks? And the answer is yes. Big affirmative. You? Will it take place during the same time as My Little Pony Friendship is Magic?
That is a very good
That
question.
is a very good question.
And we haven't really thought of it as far as, like, I mean, we discussed that a lot, honestly. I get to be able to thought of it. It's, as far as like an actual time slot for the game, it's kind of hard to pin it down.
It's
whether
hard to
it's
say.
before or after, because we're not using the canonical characters that appear in the show. It's sort of, I mean, you could almost call it an alternate universe or whatever. It's basically around the same time period.
It is
As far as
undefined
it's
at the moment.
Before or after, we can't say. It's really, it's not canon.
Yeah, it's not canon.
It's hard to,
You had a question? Will there be a 3D function in the game?
3D function such as Oculus Rift or 3D glasses, right? I've heard that idea being tossed around. Unity said they're going to support the Oculus Rift. I don't know if we're going to. Maybe a decision's been made, but I don't remember. And 3D glasses also, I don't know. So, wait and see.
Independent. Rotoscope. I don't know what that is. Oh, well, our game isn't 3D. Like, it's not like 3D glasses 3D, like, whoa, 3D, but like 3D. Anyways, glasses right there. Will socks be a wearable item?
Yes, socks will be a wearable item.
Right there, hat. I'm sorry.
Will there probably be a level game based on what the internal harmony and discord?
As we mentioned before, there are no canonical influences, so therefore we cannot do that. And I'm sorry, but that's just what we can do. The question was, will we have a level based on what happens in Discord's episodes? And the answer is no. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Yes, you. Sorry? Yes, his question was, when we have quests, will we be able to play with our friends? Was that right? Yes, and when you have quests, you will be able to play with your friends at all times, during quests, outside quests, at all times.
Well, there are going to be a few single-player quests.
Well, yeah, a few.
That just wouldn't work in a multiplayer mechanic or for some reason. But most of the time, since it is a very social game, we want people to be playing with their friends as much as possible. So
Yeah.
we do have a system for that.
It's
It's
yeah. Cat, octopus. We cannot disclose classes at the moment. However,
when we're saying classes, I mean that's basically like the class of Cutie Mark that you have, like different like areas there. There will be, we can't say what all of those are. There's, I think a few we've already said. I can say, as far as classes.
we are not at liberty to discuss it at this time. We're sorry. There is going to be a variety of things. I can tell you, not everything will be combat. I promise you that.
One of the classes that we have already like revealed to people is baking. So there will be
A baking class.
Yeah, there will be a lot of them that aren't necessarily combat oriented.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. You, I saw you first. Back next to Spike. You. That's kind of, will there be an option to be a blank flank? That is kind of a complicated question that we cannot fully explain at this time.
Well, no, I can pretty much completely explain that one.
Go right ahead.
You will start the game as a blank flank and earn your cutie mark. Once you get to that point where you have earned it, in order to transition to adulthood, you have to have one because that is how the class system works. So, in order for that to happen, you do that. You could play the game as a blank flank forever if you wanted, but there would be less content as a result.
Yeah. All right. Right there. Yes, you. There's a couple of people. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, you.
When you start a character, does each race have different starting areas?
I'm sorry?
Does each race have different starting areas?
Oh, does each
Yes.
race have different starting areas?
That's
Yes.
correct. Does each race have different starting area? And that is completely correct.
If you play
Yes.
as a Pegasus, you'll begin the game in Cloudsdale. If you're a unicorn, you'll begin in Canterlot and Ponies and Ponies.
You'll see that one next time. So, all right. Someone who hasn't asked a question yet. Okay, never mind. All right, Pat. Craig.
Will the elements of harmony be part of the game?
Well, the virtues will, because the idea is kind of extend to friendship match. But as a mechanic,
I'm pretty sure that's a no. Yeah, that's another thing we talked about.
we've spoken about it, but it's probably not going to be.
Yeah, I don't want to say absolutely not because there are a lot of different ways you can use that. It's kind of versatile, but we don't have it planned right now, and I don't know.
Yeah, we don't. I'm sorry? There are reward systems. There are reward systems. All right. You have a question? Regarding the social system, will it? I gotcha. Regarding the gameplay, will it be hard to go as an individual on the game? And that is a no. I mean, you get bonuses. Okay.
Well, our game is a social game as opposed to some other MMOs that are more combat-based. Our game is definitely more social-based. And as such, grouping up with people and being social, you will be thoroughly rewarded for that. But we will not make it impossible to progress by yourself. It will be harder, but it will not be impossible. Does that answer your question? Okay.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, that's actually a very good question. How are we able to use locations from the show when we can't use characters in the show like that? We've looked into it right now. The copyrights on that are a little, the name Ponyville, for instance, is copyrighted when used trademark. The name Ponyville, for instance, is trademarked only when in use for toys, like play sets, I believe, and there was one other thing like that. This particular media isn't covered. If that changes, it'll pretty much be a matter of changing the name of the town in order to comply with that. So, yeah, currently though, we're not infringing on anything by using those locations.
Yeah, that's correct. All right, Pat, wait.
Will there be like a different, like kind of skill trees?
Can you repeat that?
Will there like be any skill trees?
Any skill trees? That's yes. All right, in the back.
Me?
Yes, you.
Will Princess Celestia be in it?
Princess Celestia will not be in the game. I'm very sorry.
Crap.
Go ahead. Will there be a replacement for Celestia and Luna in the game?
Not really, no.
The sun will still rise. Don't worry. Don't worry. Well, Celestia makes it look like real
Trying
life.
to change what's in the game.
Go ahead. Will there be gifting and other things in the economy in the game? Will there?
I'm honestly not sure.
We're not sure. Our apologies. We'll let you know though if you talk to us later. Go ahead. Regarding the classes, will they be more lifestyle based or will they be more combat based? To some extent, both.
Right. Every class is going to have some sort of like combat benefits because that is a major mechanic, but they're also all going to work with each other in some sort of like economic setting. Like if you don't want to do any combat and you want to be a baker, for instance, you can still do that and it will still be very beneficial, like gameplay wise. It's just, you know, a matter of like getting all of that balanced out perfectly is really tricky stuff. Still very much in the works, but yeah, most of them are going to have a lot of benefits outside of combat as well.
All right. We have a question right here. Yes, you have prepared. In a party, how does money and EXP distribution work? That is being worked on right now. We have a fairly comprehensive system at the moment, but it is not complete. And back there, is it this guy? Yeah.
Are there going to be things like prestige classes, like say Wonderful or Little Gardening?
Are there going to be prestige classes? I am unable to answer that at this time. And also, we appear to have our stuff together at the moment. Kind of. 2 more questions. 2 more questions, please go ahead. Accounts. Because the accounts are hooked up through the forums, there will be some sort of limit, Bloomberg?
Sorry, what was the question?
Regarding how many accounts you will be able to make.
How many accounts will you make?
Well, you'll be able to make multiple characters.
You'll be able to make, a bunch of different characters. As for the accounts, well, right now, it's just set to like 1 per email, I think.
Yeah, 1 account per email at this time. I hope that answers your question, sorry. Yeah, oh no, you can have a multitude of characters on a single account. Go ahead.
Festivals or holidays? We're wanting to have some like in-game events, like that sort of thing, like Nightmare Nights or the Grand Galloping Gala, in the game.
Or Hearthstone.
Winter wrap up, I think. Yeah, we're wanting to do that. We've got plans in place for it. It's still miles ahead of where we are right now. So, if that becomes a problem down the road, of course, that could happen.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one of the things we would really like to do.
These two will be our final questions, I'm afraid. Go ahead, Guy. Yes, you.
Will there be a pet system in the game?
An event system?
Pet.
A pet system.
That system. Well, okay, if I say we can't reveal that, that means yes. So yeah, we're gonna have a pet system.
Yeah, we are.
There you go.
And then the other person who was, I indicated as the second person, the band from our bands. You. Yes, you. Your question is, will there be mini games for baking? There will be mini games for a lot of things, including baking, I believe. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that as well. And oh, here we are.
Oh, great.
Yeah, here we are. Thank you for waiting so patiently.
Oh.
It's fine, it's fine. I'm sorry, you guys, but I lied about the invisibility thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is really fun.
Yeah, we've got.
This is our character creation system right here. And were you going to say something? Yeah, you were going to say
Well,
something.
yeah, this is our character creator. We've got a number of options for you to use. This happens to be an Earth Pony, and now can you go back and look at his name, please? By any chance, Techie?
Little
Little
Wig.
Wig. How do you guys like that? How do you guys like Little Wig?
Yeah, I don't think that was great either.
Lightning Bolt. Courage Wig. Mr. Square? Mr. Swag.
Lightning Hook!
Sandstorm.
Lightning Hook!
Mr. Swag? Yes, Mr. Swag. Look at that hair. That hair is swag 100%. I'm glad you all like him. Alright. Mr. Swag is going to have some swaggy pair of wings. I think that's the right adjective. Yeah, he looks pretty fantastic. Check out, like, there's a multitude of colors, you know, it's all the races, you know, eye color too. Let's go ahead and start the game.
Yeah, let's
Go ahead and jump forward to. Yeah.
All right. This is Ponyville. In the finished game, we'll start Pegasi, Cloudsdale. However, Mr. Swag here unfortunately is homeless at the time. We don't have Cloudsdale in the game yet. But as you can see, we have a beautiful man.
We don't know where those people came from.
Those
people
are
are
dev team members. They've been waiting around for an hour wondering where he is. But
And there we go. Okay, do a barrel roll. And you crash.
there's a flight mechanic for Pegasi. As you can see up here,
Do a flip, please.
it's
Carousel.
completely and you can see that. And the flight itself is not going to allow it to restore stamina at the same time as like walking in the finished game. Of course, that's just not an entirely finished system. But
Where are we heading first? Did we want to go?
well,
I
I was just gonna say go talk to
Mr. Swag.
So silly.
He was in a rush.
Oh, hi, Vector. That's our friend Vector. He's the head of our 2D art department. Co-head, him and Kid.
And he does not like Mr. Swag. Is Mr. Swag embarrassed?
Oh, hey, Johnny.
Okay.
As you can see, Johnny's wearing a pair of goggles on
Ponies
his head,
cannot spit.
and the accessories are in the game.
Whoa, he just teleported away as you can see.
Teleportation for you. Yeah, we're going to log out now. We've shown you the flight mechanic. We want to show you an Earth Pony now.
They are equally as exciting.
I promise.
Okay, bagel muffins. Okay, sorry, no naming. Sorry.
Yeah,
Where's the
sorry
sorry?
time because of all the wait, unfortunately. But coming back into
But what?
Ponyville.
All right, here we go.
And let's head to Everfree right now.
Yeah. There he goes.
Anti-gravity.
The Everfree map is actually a very unique area in the game. It's going to, well, you know, you've seen a
The Everfree map is rather frightening. I suggest those of you who are faint of heart.
It is very immersive, very easy to get lost. The radar, as you can see, it's all scrambled. When you go in here, you are going to get lost, and there are scary things in the forest.
Obviously.
Sakura, no, that is, again, a canon character, but,
Oh god. Right away.
The Timberwolf, run!
yeah.
We're just stomping at this Timberwolf.
It is. There is a very primitive combat system, as you can see right now in the game. And if we can ever find the exit from this place,
Which I doubt we will. He's so angry. Can we just stop again?
Yeah, I mean, when you guys get a chance to play in the games room or next week during the open weekend, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff hidden around Everfree.
There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Wait, like, this guy's too scared to show you, but like,
It's pretty frightening.
it's amazing.
Oh, what? Is that what I think? Is that the cave right there? Well,
Okay, he's scared of the cave. We can't go in there right
yeah, we're not going in the cave.
now. Let's
It's terrifying.
let's move on to the unicorns.
Unicorn.
We are going to leave him there in the forest. We're sorry.
Don't worry, the enemy's
He'll
not
be-
actually hurt you yet. This is mechanics.
He'll be fine. We'll get someone to help him. Alicorn ponies. Did I hear someone say that? Really?
Anyway, we're very, very proud of our camera lot. This is all,
This is Canterlot.
yeah.
Let us show you
I'll
Canterlot.
show you just some of the models. This is a school for gifted unicorns. It is one of my personal favorites right now. The game, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, no, our Canterlot is extensive. You will, I frankly, at top speed, I cannot go through Canterlot, in half an hour.
Oh, yeah,
it
can't
takes,
for the unicorn.
it takes quite a bit of time to go around Canterlot, and it's beautiful.
Well, that's if you want to see it.
I don't see why you'd want to rush through here, but it's, this is our Canterlot, and it's just huge, gigantic.
Yeah, guys.
Can we get a little bit more of an overhead view of what's going on? There we go.
Yeah,
Castle.
this is sort of the town, very nice.
And then there's more.
Pastel theme going on here.
If you look around, there's actually more. Hello.
Yeah, this map is not entirely finished.
And it's not even done.
Yeah, there are a few models you might see here and there in the background that aren't colored entirely as well as they will be, etc. We don't have interiors yet, but we will.
We will have interiors soon. And yeah, so this is our Canterlot, and if we want to show off some of the uniform things,
Oh,
we could probably do that.
oh, that's a beautiful. What is
Yeah.
that? I don't even know.
That's a castle.
That's.
That's
It's got like flowers on it. Is that the flower show?
that's a flower castle,
Flower show.
obviously. All right, we actually have, there's an entire section of Canterlot like over there-ish that is like, we haven't even seen it because, whoa!
Wow.
Whoa.
Because our camera guy's a little bit insane.
Don't make everyone dizzy now.
Let's
Let's see the
not get
castle.
dizzy here.
And that's where we go.
And as you can see, there's the cliffs and the ships and the airship
yes.
up there.
Here in this
I love
area,
it.
you can see a dirigible, and next to that, our Air and Space Museum. Ooh. Which one is it?
Which one's that one?
We don't know.
There
what
are a
that
number of
building
pretty
is.
buildings here,
They're pretty, and
and they're shiny.
definitely know the names of them by the time the game
And
comes out.
the thing is that there are numbers of quests to do with every building.
Yes.
Not like every house, but every major building. We have quests surrounding them.
And I feel bad I can't tell you as much about all these because our modelers,
Oh.
our CAs, our concept artists, I should say, and our
You
2D
might-
artists have worked very, very hard on all these. It looks beautiful, and I honestly, like, I'm still kind of blown away by looking at this particular city here. Yeah, that's the Air and Space Museum I was
Yeah.
referring to, right? It's an area here, it's a few separate buildings.
Can you go to the moon? Well, you can. No.
No, you totally probably can.
That's season 8.
We've talked about using that as a mating function before. Like that was the plan
Oh,
for
and
like a
here's-
few months. I don't think it would work per se, but maybe it'll come back. I don't know. We really have a good reason not to. But yeah, here's
Oh, hello, Eloise.
that's our mascot Eloise.
And she's doing moonwalking.
Um,
She's dancing.
yeah, right now another big thing that I definitely want to show you guys here is
We are going to start a quest.
yes.
We are going to start a quest with some characters who are in our story, who we've become very attached to because we've been writing them.
Oh, yeah.
And-
This first character we want to introduce you to is one of the, I guess you would say the main cast chain, so to speak, one of the recurring characters in the game, of which there are quite a few. This one in particular, Astral, I can say you're going to grow up with her, like go to school with her if you're a unicorn at the School for Gifted Unicorns. And, she's one of my personal favorite characters. She's got kind of an attitude, but as you can see, we have a dialogue system in place right here where you're able to choose options. Talk to her going this one, and an emotions engine right there.
She's angry at
She
you.
is now mad at us for picking that option, but.
Now she's surprised.
Yeah, this is the beginning of a quest that I did write myself, and I'm pretty proud of this one, not gonna lie.
You will be able to play this quest
Yeah.
in the games room and in the
Play it in
open
the games
server.
room, you can play it next week during the open weekend if you want. Among others, there's some other quests as well that we have in place. And
I'm you, man.
And as you can see, our NPCs also have emotions and they display them. Oh, she's surprised. So yeah, no, she just told us to go talk to another NPC, very important. And
And here we are,
we
back
are
to
going to go
Ponyville.
find him.
yeah, so we weren't lying about the points, that's true.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
In the quest right now, since you probably couldn't read all of the words in the back, basically what happened is she asked us to go talk to her friend Spud and warn him that she was doing experiments on his carrots without authorization, and now they might not be entirely safe to eat. So we're going to go to Sweet Apple Acres and pay Spud a visit. In the middle of the night, he's trying to sleep, and he's not going to enjoy any part of this.
And we are now going to go find Spud. As you can see, there are a couple other NPCs hanging around. But he's in the carrot field, I think.
Yeah, he should be right over here.
Hello, Spud.
Spud is short for Spudnik's Long Winkle and Rascalfire.
Hey there, Fruity Rock.
Oh, are we doing the voices now? What can I
We are
do?
not doing the
We're
voices.
not doing the voices. That's not happening. Yeah,
But he's not happy about what has
No,
happened.
he's
not
not pleased with this. Again,
It looks like that
I love the
taste
emotions
from
engine.
Clydesdale.
Our emotions engine is fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah, these 2D representations of characters is not going to be for absolutely every character, because right now we already have hundreds of NPCs.
We have more than 100 NPCs. We have more than hundreds planned. So we cannot have images for every single
We're not going to
one.
do that for all of them. We have another system where it will show the 3D model for other characters, which if everyone around here, we could show you that as well. But the 2D representations that are up there, most of those ones I think were made by Vector,
By Vector.
our 2D lead, and Anya Smash, the concept art lead.
Spud said that he needed to go talk to someone who is running a restaurant. Her name is Flan. And she's a cutie pie, and we'll find her in a few moments. She runs a restaurant called the Paso Fino.
I get it.
He's no.
So, yeah, I mean, the quests eventually are going to have, of course, more mechanics to them than just running around talking to people. Obviously, that's what, look at that, isn't she adorable?
Isn't she cute? Look at her. Look at her cutie mark. It's so yummy.
But, yeah, now that we're back, you can go ahead and talk to someone else as well and show them. Well, yeah, she's going to be disappointed.
She's confused now, and she's kind of sad.
You
I love her. I love her. My
A little bit,
grand.
yeah.
She doesn't want to get sick either. It's a
that's
good
good.
thing you came here, but no one's like this news. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Oh, and here's another NPC. That's Final Ink. I think.
So, yeah, as you
She's
can
a
see,
librarian.
for characters that aren't going to have two-dimensional art representations, we're still putting them up close. The eyes follow you a little bit. They'll
Yeah.
and everything. that's a new feature. That's the only reason I bring it up.
Oh, and here's our buddy, Gaizuf. It's very cute.
They're all pretty cute. They're, ponies.
That's like your opinion.
But yeah, I mean that's really I think all we had to showcase here.
Yeah, I think for the most part, that is all our mechanics we have. Not all the mechanics we have, but that we wanted to showcase specifically now.
Right.
However, right now, while we have the game, feel free to ask us to show you things in the game. Does someone want to suggest something to look at? Let's do this in orderly fashion. Go ahead, sir. The cave. That's actually going to take a little while to get to, but
We don't know our way around Evergreen either, honestly.
yeah, honestly, you seem very excited. Can we find that person?
Well, he's logged out of that account now, so the character
He's already
will
escaped.
be seen.
He is a master of navigation, so he was able to make it out.
What is that?
It's
3:20?
3:20. We're sorry.
Yeah.
But,
Hey, Ocean's supposed to call me in like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we were wanting to do Q&A afterward. It got pushed forward, I guess.
There we go.
So
Oh, wow, that's
couldn't
much
get
better.
Celestia was sleeping in.
Yeah, apologies.
Oh, and here are our caves.
Oh, we're showing them the mines.
We're showing them the mines.
Okay. Not right now.
Not right now. Is Rarity there? Best Pony has not made an appearance in here yet.
We're gonna wait to.
You guys are vicious.
We're gonna wait to.
Astral Charm is Best Pony. Who said that? We love you. Mr. Swag is also Best Pony. I'm gonna ship Mr. Swag and Astral Charm together.
No!
I'm sorry.
What have you done? It's probably already on the internet now.
It's already on the internet. Mr. Swag X Astral Charm. Swag Charm.
Right now?
I'm getting fired. Thanks a lot. Hashtag Mr. Swag.
Anyway, I think that's definitely all the time we've got here today. Thank you all for coming, checking out the